If you don't know how to do dishes, this is how I do dishes, and maybe the way you're doing it isn't wrong, but maybe this way is just a little bit more efficient. I've been doing dishes since I was like 10 years old, so I feel like I might know a thing or two about dishes. If you're like me and you like to let your dishes soak in part of the sink, then this is exactly the method that I use every day. To me, I'm like cognizant about like water usage, and if I'm putting something to soak, then I might as well make sure that everything is being touched with that really hot water. That's the reason why I use a utensil between each plate, because I want everything to be soaking, not just like kind of soaking. I never want to use like steel wool on my dishes if I can just avoid it entirely, so soaking it is best. You need to understand that I did not soak this very long, I soaked it very hot. Now, this is where things get a little bit crazy because you're like, wow, why would you do it in this weird fashion and you're not putting any water on? I literally put suds on everything before I touch water, or as much as I can before I just run out of space. So the very last thing that I actually wash is probably the utensils because I like to let them soak as long as possible. But I also like to start with getting the soap on all of my cups, bowls, anything that's like a weird shape, because my goal is to actually get the plates on the rack first, because the idea is if I get the plates in there, then I can stack anything that's like a weird shape all the way around it. And at the same time, I'm simultaneously using water to clean off the dishes that are underneath the plates. I know this seems a little bit crazy, and maybe I am a little bit crazy about doing dishes, but this really works for me. At the time when I'm doing dishes, I don't know if you've noticed, but I threw a bunch of pots and pans into that really scalding hot water. So that way everything's just like coming out clean at the same time. Now I do put those like in the oven to dry. I was doing a bunch of other stuff at the same time, so just disregard that, Mac. But for what it is, this is the easiest way I've found to do dishes, and I prefer using this little tiny